Welcome to Circus Day! My name is Melody Munch and I am a second grade teacher, and I can't wait to take you along for this special fun day. There's so much to show you, and it all starts with the setup. So I'm going to be inserting that footage in just a minute. But if you are not familiar or you're wondering, why are you dressing up in circus theme for your students? This is called a room transformation. Obviously, it's not that different than our normal room, but there's a few things added just to really engage students, and everything we do today is going to be in circus themed. So that's why I'm the circus ringleader today, and everything that we do will reflect on this theme just to keep our students really engaged and excited about their learning on this day before spring break. So I love doing a transformation right before a break, but it's also just really fun. I love saving them for kind of the end of the year to just kind of go out with a bang and have some really fun memory making days. So that's what this is. I love also doing these on a Friday, or if you're doing more than one day, like a Thursday, Friday. Good ways to end the week so you have something to look forward to. So let's take a look at how we set everything up. This whole transformation came together rather quickly. On Monday, my team and I had talked about doing this and ordered some of the supplies we would need. And then on Tuesday, we had conferences, and it was our second night of conferences, and I did not have any, so I started creating some of the resources. I finished them up during the rest of the week, and on Thursday, we started printing everything. We printed off tickets to pass out to our students at the end of the day, and they were so excited because they knew that meant something special was happening the next day. We got some treats like cotton candy and animal circus cookies, and then during our plan time on Thursday, we set up the hallway. To do this, we grabbed some butcher paper from our school supply room and then some binder clips, and we just clipped the paper into the hallway, and then I trimmed it up to make sure it wasn't too long with scissors. What's great about this is you can also reuse this paper if you save it in a bin so that you don't have to redo this part every single year. So we got that all set up, and then we set up a circus themed tapestry over the top of it that looks really good. I'll show you later. And we put some foil balloons out. After school, I was working on filming some content, so I stayed later to finish setting up my room. I put some Dollar Tree tablecloths over different areas. We're going to use this area for a game, so I was trying to mitigate having the bean bags and cups go under this furniture stand. So I put this tablecloth over it and also set up the Carnival poster or tapestry that's on the wall behind me. All of my teammates and I ordered this to be inside of our rooms, and we ordered a different one for the hallway. I'll link all the different things we ordered plus more ideas in the description below. We also each used streamers to decorate our doorways, and the kids loved walking into the circus tent. Here's how the hallway turned out. I think it's so cute with the balloons and this cute tapestry. And then we also set up in the hallway a photo booth that looks like there's a little face cut out for them to put their face in for the ticket booth. They thought this was so cute, and we loved uploading those for the family. I also laminated these different circus signs for around the room and for the different math game stations that we would do. And I also added some streamers above the board, and here is how it looked. So today after school is Thursday. So after school, my team and I set up. We are lucky that right now our plan is at the end of the day, so we could send students off and then get started prepping things. So we pretty much had finished what is in the hallway during our plan. And then when I came back after school, I set up everything else. So it looks pretty cute. Here's where we're looking at. And this is my Circus Master top hat from Dollar Tree. It was a birthday hat, and I just took the happy birthday off. So hopefully that'll look cute. And then I have a red and white polka dot dress that I usually wear as like a Minnie Mouse dress, but I think it'll work fine because it will definitely go with all the colors in here. If I could have found a little Circus Master jacket that wasn't super expensive, I totally would have worn it. But all the ones I found were like $30, and I just didn't know. Just didn't really feel like that was worth it for like a one-day wear. Maybe it would have been, but that's okay. I think it'll still look good even without the cool jacket. Then snack-wise, there's so many options, but I just went with These like lollipops seemed really Circus or Carnival-y to me, so I don't know what I'm gonna use them for yet. Maybe they'll be a prize of some kind. And then I got Circus animal cookies. So that was really the only thing I was going for, and then I happened to see cotton candy and these little, they're like SpongeBob, but they're little like burgers. I thought those were really cute. But otherwise, really low prep as far as like materials to get and things that are like you need to have. Really just the solo cups, ping pong balls, and bean bags, and then I would say like some tablecloths and streamers. Really, those tapestries add a lot though, and they're not that expensive, so that's been great. We did buy paper plates and other cups for in science. They're going to be doing a roller coaster STEM activity, and those can be expensive. Paper plates and like a big set are like $12. So if you feel like, oh my goodness, all of this stuff is adding up and you really want to do it, I would make a Sign Up Genius and ask families if they could donate some of these items, and I bet you would get a great response and at least be able to cover some of those things so you're not having to pay all that out of pocket. So don't let it overwhelm you. You can also just pick the main things that you want and not do everything, because I know that if you're doing it all on your own, it can be a lot, especially if you haven't done a transformation before and you're just trying to make sure that you can do one, like you really want to do one, but you don't want to overspend from what your budget is for each month. I totally get that. So I think just prioritizing what you feel is most important and asking for help with the other things would be another great way to get the materials needed for this one. Good morning! Welcome to Circus Day! We are so excited. My team and I are just gonna have so much fun with this and our second graders. It's the day before spring break, so this is always a really fun day where we're all excited to get to be on break. So doing something fun like this just really keeps us all looking forward to this day and engaged throughout the whole entire day so that it flies by and then we can enjoy our spring break. So it's a really fun way to kind of end this quarter of the year and then go into the next quarter. We've got something for every subject we would be doing anyways. So we're still doing all of our regular work and we're working on things that we have been teaching. We're either reviewing things or reinforcing things or challenging them to extend the learning that we've already taught them. So it's not just a fun day, there is work to do, but it's all in circus theme. When I told my team about this day, originally I thought we'd all like maybe dress in red or red and yellow or something, but then I remembered I had this dress, and so I decided to be a circus master, and then one of my teammates ordered a lion costume and the other one bought a clown wig and nose. So we're gonna be the cutest little traveling circus people you've ever seen, and I can't wait to see what our students think of it. Everything is pretty much ready to go. Picked up a coffee because these days are always crazy. Not like in a bad way, just like lots going on, barely sit down type of days. And I had hoped that at least one family member from the classroom would have been able to come in and help, but I didn't give them a lot of notice, so that's my bad. And the parent that usually helps, I think their child is sick. So yeah, so we're gonna be running around all day trying to get, especially during the math stations where there's a game to play. Definitely helps to have somebody there to just manage that and keep everything fair. So hoping everything goes well, but yeah, we will be juggling, literally, like juggling a lot of things to do today. So hopefully it's going to be a great day, and I can't wait to bring you along. So this is the first slide the students are going to have on the screen when they come in. They're going to do this coloring page, and then if they have homework, they do have to catch up on that on Fridays if they haven't finished it. And if they're finished, then they can go on to Fun Friday Choices. So then after that, we'll go into some normal like morning things in the morning. And then I always like to have music on in the background. We did a pirate themed like treasure hunt activity yesterday, so I had some Pirates of the Caribbean music. But I need to find a Circus playlist, so I'm gonna look for that now. I ended up making a playlist compiled of instrumental songs and songs from The Greatest Showman and other kid movies, and I decided to put it on Spotify, so I will link that below if you are interested in using it. Then it was time for the kids to come, so I got ready at the door with my teammates and they handed us their circus tickets. They were so excited to see all of the setup for the day and to see us in costume. I even added a little circus master to our daily check-in. After they checked in, they could work on the circus coloring page that we put on our little paper folders for the day, and then they could also color the clown costume if they wanted, and a lot of students did that and they turned out so cute. After this, we did our normal morning meeting and greeting, and then in grammar, we did a rotate the room or scoot activity where they read different cards and had to write the correct pronoun to go in the blank. After all of that, it was time for our math stations. So there were 3 stations. One of them was a work page. We called that Test of Strength. No, it's not that page, it's this one. So they completed that page over here, and it was on a skill we've been working on, which is subtracting double digits with, right now we're just starting with groups of 10 and 1, 2, and 3, so like 54 minus 12, something like that. So they worked on that, and then when they finished that, I knew that would be the station that finished the quickest, so they could get on a game program that we only do on Fridays called ABC. So this was the test of strength paper that they worked on. It just had, like, you know, at the carnival how you can do those strength meters where you test your strength and you swing the gavel. That was the idea, test your math strength. I'm dropping papers everywhere. Then at this station, it was the ping pong bounce. So they had 4 ping pong balls and they would bounce it to see how many they could get to score. And even though there's 4, they could only pick their top 2 scores. So even if they got all 4 in, they just tallied up their top 2 scores for that round and wrote them in the blanks. And then at the end of the round, they tallied up their final score to see how many points they got. So that was the station. I had the students stand on the sides when it wasn't their turn so that they could help catch the rogue ping pong balls, and that worked pretty well. This station was mostly independent. Then at this station, it was the beanbag toss. They had 2 beanbags, and they had to stand back at this line and toss them into the cup tower. And then what they did for this station is they subtracted. So there were 15 cups in our tower. So they always started with 15 and they subtracted however many cups they knocked down and then wrote their total. So it was like bowling and golf where the lowest score in this round was the winner. So we'll just see. I set up that tablecloth to try and block the cups from going under the table here. It worked okay. So the hardest part about math stations was just not having any help. I did invite parents to come in, and usually I have at least one helper, but I just didn't this time, and it's probably my fault because I didn't really give them a lot of notice. And we really missed having someone, because if I had even just had one person, they could have run that cup game, the tower game, and reset the tower, because I was having the students do it when I wasn't over there because I had to assist everybody. So I was having, like, after your turn, you reset the tower, but they were just taking a really long time. And then sometimes they were forgetting how many they knocked down after they reset the tower. So our first round was very stressful for me. I had students who were not doing well at the test of strength. They were getting a lot of answers incorrect, so they were having to go back and fix them. So I had to assist them. So there are definitely some challenges to running some fun things like this, because you just can't have eyes on absolutely everything at the same time. So we reset after the first round, and I gave them some reminders. For example, at the test of strength game, some of the students were just working, and another student came up to them and was like, "This one's this answer." And I was like, "What in the world? We do not do that. We have never given each other answers that is not helping them learn. We had a chat about how if they were feeling stressed or like they couldn't solve a problem with somebody at their station, that they should take a break and calm down, because I can't be everywhere and solve every problem. So if they felt like they were getting really frustrated, we have 3 areas in our room where they can calm down, take a break. So I encouraged them to use that if they felt frustrated at any time, which really it got a lot better after the first round and nobody did. I would really encourage you to have either someone in your family come to help on this day, really any transformation day, but anytime when there's stations like this, it's like a class party, you know, like anytime there's just a lot going on, and especially games, it just helps to have extra hands. I can feel how different it would have been. It would have been so much more streamlined and would have been so much easier on me not to have to try and be everywhere. If they could have just handled a station and then I could have operated even the other 2, it would have felt way different. So that is something that I would highly recommend. After the students came back from lunch and recess, we watched a video about how cotton candy got its name, and we got to enjoy some cotton candy ourselves. And then it was time for the reading activity, which I totally forgot to film. We read a nonfiction book about the circus and filled out some text features that we found on the recording page. I also have a recording page that is for fiction books. And then it was time for the roller coaster STEM activity. This was so much fun. Students were in groups and they got to plan out how they would build a roller coaster with cups, tape, and paper plates. They also had a marble, and their goal was simple: to get it to go from the top to the bottom without dropping. They did such a good job at this and had so much fun, and we even had several successful coasters in the end. Then we watched some videos about roller coasters and gravity. Carnival day is now over. It was so much fun. My display kept falling all afternoon, so finally just took that down, starting to clean up everything else, and it went really well. We did our reading in the afternoon, which we had to do whole group or we would have run out of time, and then we did our coasters in science. So as you can see, I'm back at home now. I had to wrap up all the Circus Day things because my husband and I are headed out on a little spring break trip, and there was just a lot of things going on at school, so it wasn't a good time to really like film and share more, unfortunately. But I need to insert some footage, hopefully you've already seen it, of what we did for reading, and I wanted to give you a little bit more information of how the STEM coasters went, because those were so much fun. I would highly recommend it. But yeah, I just didn't have time to keep filming at school. So we just took everything down and I just threw it in these bags. I need to get a tote to store everything. I love storing all my transformation stuff in a big tote, but I love these reusable bags. They're perfect for days like this. Saved all that paper in the hallway because that can definitely be reused. Had a lot of leftover paper plates from the STEM challenge. I love these foil balloons. This is the lion one that was in my teammate's classroom, the one that dressed like the lion. And saved my, oh gosh, it's from the dollar store. I don't know what I would expect, but saved, here we go, the top hat. The blazer I had, I don't remember if I even mentioned, I actually borrowed that from my coworker's husband. So the one that dressed like a clown, her husband let me borrow that, so thank you to him. I thought my husband had a black blazer and he did not, so I was in a spot this morning and she came through. So I'm gonna organize all of that later, but thank you so much for coming along with us on this Carnival circus thing today. I hope it was helpful to you if you are interested in doing something similar with your class. And I will link all the resources I used below. They are in a big bundle that you could purchase if you wanted to have the pre-made activities done for you. So thanks again for coming along, and I'll see you next time. Bye.